Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving headfirst into the world of advanced investing. Think of today as your masterclass in making your money work harder. We're talking about the really exciting stuff: cryptocurrencies, real estate, you name it. If you're ready to level up your finances and potentially see some serious returns, you are in the right place. So, grab your notebooks, get ready to take some notes, and let's get started. Alright, let's kick things off with what might be the most hyped up investment opportunity out there right now: cryptocurrencies. You've definitely heard of Bitcoin, Ethereum, all those buzzwords, right? But what are they really about? In simple terms, cryptocurrencies are basically digital currencies powered by blockchain. Think of blockchain as a super secure, transparent digital ledger. It's decentralized, meaning no single entity like a bank or government has control over it. This is what gets people excited. It's all about cutting out the middleman and having more control over your own money. Now, the potential upside of crypto is huge. We're talking about potentially life-changing returns. But, and this is a big but, there's also a significant amount of risk involved. Crypto markets are known for their volatility. My advice? If you're considering dipping your toes into the crypto waters, start small. Don't put in anything you're not prepared to lose. Do your research, understand the risks, and maybe even consider investing in a diversified basket of cryptocurrencies. Let's shift gears now and talk about a more traditional asset class: real estate. Real estate can be a powerful wealth-building tool, especially if you're looking for long-term growth and passive income. One of the biggest advantages of real estate is its stability. Unlike the stock market, which can be a bit of a roller coaster, real estate tends to be more predictable and less volatile. Plus, it's a tangible asset. Another great thing about real estate is the potential for passive income. If you buy a rental property, you can collect rent checks every month. And let's not forget about the tax benefits. Real estate comes with a ton of tax advantages. Of course, real estate investing isn't without its drawbacks. One of the biggest hurdles is the high barrier to entry. But hey, if you're willing to put in the work and do your due diligence, real estate can be an incredibly rewarding investment. My tip? Focus on properties in up-and-coming neighborhoods with strong rental demand. Now let's talk about one of my personal favorite investment strategies: ETFs and index funds. If you're looking for a simple, low-cost, and incredibly effective way to invest in the stock market, look no further. ETFs, or exchange-traded funds, and index funds are essentially baskets of stocks that track a particular market index, like the S&P 500. Instead of buying individual stocks, you're essentially buying a tiny piece of hundreds or even thousands of companies with just one investment. This brings us to the biggest advantage of ETFs and index funds: diversification. By spreading your money across a wide range of companies and industries, you're effectively reducing your risk. Another huge plus is the low cost. ETFs and index funds typically have much lower expense ratios than actively managed mutual funds. But remember, there are two sides to every coin. While ETFs and index funds offer diversification and low costs, they also come with inherent market risk. That being said, if you're in it for the long haul and believe in the power of compound growth, ETFs and index funds can be your secret weapon. My tip? Consider using ETFs and index funds as the core of your portfolio. We're going to switch gears a bit and talk about an asset class that's been a store of value for centuries: commodities. We're talking about raw materials like gold, silver, oil, natural gas, and agricultural products like corn and wheat. One of the main reasons investors turn to commodities is for their inflation hedging properties. When inflation rears its ugly head and the value of our money erodes, commodities tend to hold their value or even appreciate. Commodities can also provide diversification benefits to your portfolio. However, it's crucial to remember that commodities don't generate income like stocks that pay dividends or real estate that generates rental income. My advice? Consider allocating a small portion of your portfolio to commodities, perhaps around 5 to 10%. Now, for those of you who are feeling really adventurous and want to be on the cutting edge of innovation, let's talk about venture capital and startup investing. This is where you have the opportunity to get in on the ground floor of potentially groundbreaking companies and technologies. Imagine being an early investor in companies like Apple, Amazon, or Google before they became household names. The allure of investing in startups is the potential for outsized returns. But, and this is a massive but, startup investing is inherently risky. The vast majority of startups fail. Due to the high-risk, illiquid nature of venture capital and startup investing, it's generally best suited for experienced investors with a high-risk tolerance. If you're considering dipping your toes into the world of startups, my advice is to start small and be incredibly selective. Do your research, understand the risks involved, and only invest in companies and founders you truly believe in. As you can see, the world of investing offers a vast array of opportunities, each with its own set of risks and potential rewards. The key to building a successful investment portfolio is finding the right mix of assets that aligns with your individual financial goals, risk tolerance, and time horizon. Remember, diversification is your best friend. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread your investments across different asset classes, industries, and geographies to minimize your risk and maximize your potential for returns. Most importantly, only invest what you can afford to lose and stay focused on the long term. Investing is a marathon, not a sprint. Ride out the market's ups and downs, and over time, your patience and discipline will pay off. Now I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell me which investment options you're already using and which ones you're most excited to explore further. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Until next time, happy investing.